Angry guy here, and black women are bashing men for not approaching them. Get this channel to 100,000 subscribers by subscribing to the channel if you already haven't. Like the video and turn on notifications to never miss another video ever again. Now let's begin. Black women are bashing men for not approaching them. Let's just go ahead and jump into the first video.
Hearing yourselves, like, do you like women? What exactly is the tactic here? To beat down the self-esteem of all women collectively so that we have no choice but to lower our standards and accept your low effort / mediocre love attempts? I never said that men don't approach me when I go out. I was pointing out a pattern of behavior I was seeing at a party that I was at that I feel like is more representative of the average NYC man. Stingy men are a huge ick, so we are immediately not compatible. Reading through the comments in that last video, you guys sound pathetic. Why would any woman date you? Like, being told off rip that you have zero desire to put in the effort to make any romantic connection work. Like, you don't want to show interest by buying a drink. What is wrong with you? Who raised you? Like, why do you think that's a good thing to admit on the internet? Like, why go to parties then? What was the point of getting dressed? That particular party was not free, so why would you pay for a ticket? As a man hearing these questions, if your mind immediately jumps to, I'm accusing you of being gay, then you just don't have the critical thinking skills required to, like, meaningfully engage in this discussion. Because it goes beyond buying drinks. It really just communicates that in a relationship, you are not willing to do the things that you know will make your partner happy or feel desired. And fear of rejection, like, be fucking for real. You know who has a real reason to fear rejection? Women. Like, we can literally die over a man's ego. Get some confidence and figure it out, because insecure men are literally a danger hazard for women. I've had a man literally chase me down the street and try to throw water bottles at my head simply because I didn't respond to a compliment that he gave me because I was walking down the street with headphones in. That is something to be scared of.
So I find this pretty interesting. Like, do you see where she immediately goes? She immediately goes to blaming men at the end of the video for not approaching her. Well, no, she blames men at the beginning of the video for not approaching her, but then at the end of the video, she starts talking about how some guy, who basically made her feel unsafe because he, approached her and he didn't get the attention he wanted from her. So, he made her feel unsafe after that. And I'm like, wait, bro. So you don't want men to approach you then? Like, it's basically, it always goes back to I'm a victim, I'm a victim, I'm a victim. We're victims if men approach us. We're victims if men don't approach us. She legit started off the video bashing men for not approaching women, saying that, like, basically saying we're weak and that women basically suffer more when men don't approach them because it destroys it's like it's damaging to women because of the man's ego. Like, do you hear the insanity? It hurts women when men don't approach them. But then at the same time, at the end of the video, it hurts women when men do approach them. And if you don't want to, like, buy women drinks and take care of women and make women happy, then you're a low value man, and you shouldn't even be coming around women in the first place. Like, why go to a party that you have to pay money to get into if you don't want to go and approach a woman and buy her a drink? Like, what the living heck is this, y'all? It's crazy. And all these women just don't get it. Like, the more they bash men, the more men are just gonna say, okay, sis, I got you, sis. I got you, sis. Say no more. I won't even leave my house. Like, I'm just going to go out, work when I have to, preferably work remotely, or do a job where I don't have to interact with virtually anyone. And that's it. And I'm going to stay inside and play video games and live a happy, stress-free life. If I need intimacy with a woman, I will fly over to Tijuana and go to Hong Kong or any of those other places around there, and and have my fun like that. And that's for guys who need physical intimacy, actual physical intimacy. For a lot of dudes, though, a lot of dudes are just happy with a little bit of post-nut clarity. Like, I am so straight. They'll go to the hub, they'll watch a video on the hub for free. And women like to bash men and call them minute men. But y'all have to understand, for a lot of dudes, if you can get your business done in 1 minute or even 30 seconds, You have the rest of the day for yourself. Like that's a, when you're a man who's like constantly trying to be physically intimate with a woman, that's one thing. That's when being a 1 minute man can be hard. But when you're a man who's actively choosing to walk away and not have relationships or physical relationships, being a 1 minute man is incredible. You get that done in a minute or less, you have the rest of your day to yourself, and you have that post nut clarity. And something that a lot of younger men don't know, is that once you get older, it does get better. It does get better because when you're younger, you've got all these hormones raging, and even in your 20s and early 30s, it can be hard. It can be absolutely hard, especially when you're seeing all these videos and images of Instagram models and billboards everywhere. It can be extremely hard. You're in school, there are the girls, and like it can be hard. College, it's hard. But once you get older and you're not constantly around these people anymore, and your hormone levels start to balance out a bit more at like around age 40. It took me until like almost 40 for this to happen for me. I would never go back to my 20s. I would not want to go back to my 30s. I am so good in my 40s. I am so happy to be 40. Thank you, God. I made it. I am so happy to be 40. Like, it's just so much less stress, and I feel so much more confident at 40. And I will put up with like, I just don't care. I really just don't care. Like, I see some of these guys messaging me and saying, "Oh, I'm 70 years old." I'm like, man, what are you talking about, bro? Like, I'm an old man, dude. Old man, and I get this from like 51. Like, oh, I'm 51 years old. I'm an old man, bro. You're young as hell, man. What's wrong with you? Like 70 years old, 74 years old. A lot of dudes at 74 years old look great. Like, go to the gym, bro. Stop being like this. Go to the gym, work out at 74, stand up straight, update your wardrobe, dress like this era, dude. Either shave your head, or either if your hair is, that's if you have hair issues, like if your hairline is receding, because some dudes have great hair in their 70s. If your hairline is receding, either shave your head, shave your face, or or get your beard shaved up, whatever, or do hair restoration, get a hair transplant. It's pretty affordable these days. Either get a hair transplant or shave your head. Okay, stand up straight, fix your posture, go to the gym, bro. Work out. If there's stuff that you don't know, update your knowledge set. Gen Z is a bunch of idiots. They're a bunch of idiots. Just take care of yourself. And that's it. And you have a lifetime of knowledge to pull from. As we get older as men, we look better. Okay, we look more masculine. So you could be 70 years old, and I'm just being realistically, there are a bunch of women who are dying for you. There's a bunch of women in their 20s and 30s who are dying for 70-year-old men. Okay, that are fit and masculine. Okay, because they want daddies. And it does not matter what anyone thinks. How dare, oh my gosh, that's so disgusting. It doesn't listen to me. That's what these women are attracted to. Because the women are attracted to men who are mentally competent, men who are physically strong, and men who are masculine. Okay? Men who are masculine. So I don't know what this nonsense is really about. Men and women are in two different brackets. These women that are out here complaining, oh, the men won't approach us anymore. Well, why won't the men approach you? Because of the way that you act, the way that you react. That's why the men won't approach you. That's why the men don't want to speak to you.
I think our look can intimidate men. I went freestyling today and only received looks and smiles. Your looks are not intimidating. Men are not intimidated by women. They are not. Men are not intimidated by women. They're turned off, they're put off, they're, repulsed, but men are not intimidated by women. If you went out freestyling and men did not approach you, it's because you did not look approachable. It's because your look was not something that is attractive. You may have looked pretty, but you may not have looked attractive. So men are not intimidated by the way you look. They're turned off by the way you look, but they're not intimidated by women in any sense of the word. Men are bigger, they're stronger. Their intimidation implies a hint of fear, like, oh my God, they're gonna hurt me. That almost never happens when you're talking about relations between men and women. Intimidation is not something that happens. Repulsion, they repelled or like you or something like that happens, but Not saying it did with you, but something was off about the way you looked that they did not approach you.
You see, and she makes a good point. Women seem to think that they physically can intimidate men. Women do not intimidate men physically. Women intimidate men because men are afraid of being called creeps. Men are afraid that a woman is going to put them on social media, put them on blast socially, right then and there, accuse them of doing something. Men don't want this, but women seem to think that somehow because men are men are put off by them, that means they're intimidated. No, men don't want the issues. Men don't want the problems. You look at these videos where women say a man should never approach a woman that they don't know. So men are listening and they're not approaching. Because it's more than that nowadays. It's more than simply being put off by a woman, in public. Because there's a lot of women who try to be inviting, and guess what? It's not that the man didn't find you interesting. It's not that he found you attractive. It's simply that he knows what a baddie looks like, and he's not looking for any of that. He's not looking for any problems. He doesn't want any trouble. He doesn't want any nonsense. He doesn't want any stress, any additional stress in his life. He's trying to avoid that because the way modern day women are in Western society, it's enough for men. Men have had enough. Men are like, yeah, thank you. I've learned my lesson. I am not getting myself involved in that. Not at all. Help get this channel to 100,000 subscribers by subscribing to the channel if you already haven't, hitting the like button, and turning on notifications to never miss another video ever again. What do you guys think by this? Black women are bashing men for not approaching them. I want to hear your thoughts on this in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away. And cheers.